This is one of the worst videos that I will ever have to do in my life. This is my little sister Ruby. Okay, on Friday, she passed away in her apartment. Um, Ruby, just a little short back clip about Ruby life. Ruby, at the age of 9, was molested. Um, Ruby also had to deal with, at the age of 21, when she had her baby, she had to deal with her baby being beaten at 3 weeks old. He broke every bone in that baby's body, and Ruby dealt with that. Ruby fell into a depression when that happened. But in 2019, Ruby fell into a deeper depression because she woke up to her baby not breathing. He ended up passing away from SIDS. They said that he had a lung disease when me and my mom talked to the people that did his autopsy of his cause of death. That's what happened. And now in 2023, Ruby is gone. On Friday, the 14th, I received a call that Ruby was not breathing. I immediately jumped up and I rushed over to my sister's house. Her boyfriend was there, who said that the paramedics left because they said they could do nothing else for Ruby. When the paramedics arrived, Ruby had a heartbeat and she had a pulse. I and my other sister was there, and when I went up to her room, Ruby was lying on the floor with no clothes on. She was butt naked, nothing. We asked and we begged that they put sheets over her, and they came back with 2 sheets and they put them over her. They said that her doctor had to sign off on her death certificate, or so that they can see what needed to be done as far as moving Ruby. Okay, Ruby had fell into that depression, which caused her to gain weight. So when Ruby died, she was about 600 pounds. But the doctor is now saying that she didn't sign off on anything because Ruby was only 27 years old, and that Ruby wasn't in that bad of health to just die the way she did. The paramedics drug Ruby from her room to the hallway and then drug her back into her room where they shut the door, and then immediately came out and said we couldn't do anything to save her. When Ruby Baby died in 2019, she was unable to get health insurance, even from Globe, or life insurance. I apologize. Even from Globe, where you don't have to go in and do a medical examination. They just ask you questions because of her size. Ruby suffered only because she used eating as a coping mechanism from depression. I'm only telling Ruby's story because I don't want any family, any other family, to suffer and be traumatized the way that I was on Friday. They left my sister in that house. She passed away at 6 p.m. on the 14th, and she was not removed from that house until 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning. I stayed there the whole time. When I called the Smiths Funeral Home in Cleveland, Ohio, they waited about 3 hours to tell me that there was nothing they can do. They were not going to come out and get Ruby. So the police officers, there were 2 of them, and they were like angels sent because they sat there with me the whole time. Ruby lived in a low-income development. The officers called a funeral home, which was Gaines Funeral Home, and explained to them the situation. And they said we can come out only if the fire department comes with us to help us remove the body. The family, us, we had to help them. The firefighters refused to come out and get Ruby. There was no coroner's office. There was no one. It was the family. What if we couldn't get anybody to come? And that's all I kept thinking in my fucking head is, what if I can't get somebody to come get her? Then what? What am I going to do? So they came, they didn't have the equipment because they were under the impression the firefighters was going to come and help remove Ruby. Okay? No, they didn't come. And so they said, well, give us another 40 minutes and we're going to go and get something. They went and got a board. We literally had, as a family, grieving family, we had to help them bring Ruby down the steps because she was up the steps. It was about maybe 10 to 12 steps. We had to help them. We had to hold on to the bars and things like that to try to get Ruby down, just to get her in their van so she can get to the funeral home. Ruby lived a traumatizing life as it is. And at death, they treated her so bad. So bad. Tonight, because the news heard about her story, they have reached out to me to come and do a story with them about Ruby. I'm only sharing this because you left her. You just left her on the floor with nothing. You treated her like a dog. You understand me? I have never in my life seen somebody treated so poorly the way they treated her. I'm going to play this video. There's no graphics or bad things in it, but I took this video because I just could not believe my eyes that we as a family crying and everything else had to come and move her body down those steps and figure out where she was going to go. Don't start. You're all right. So if you could please help me share this video to bring awareness for bigger people, the mistreatment of people in houses, low income housing, because the way she was treated was so bad. The way the family was treated was so bad. I may have missed parts, but when I tell you I am hurting right now, I am hurting. Please just share the story. Since you arrived, so tell me what do you do when all your days feel love and light? You with your heart and affection.